Hey guys, I've been editing videos for years now, but I've never found a really good solution for editing videos on Android. I tried it a couple years ago. I've tried to download some Android video editors and see if I can edit a decent video, but I've never been able to. I've never found a complete solution that I really like on Android. So on this video, I'm going to take a look at some of the more popular video editing apps for Android in 2020 and see if they're any good. Let's start with Quick, which comes from the GoPro company. Starting a new project, you'll be able to select your video files and import them. You'll name your new project and then you can get started. First, you'll be shown a screen with a bunch of different project presets. The presets contain unique music, transition, and title animations. Once you find a set that you like, you can hit the edit button and begin to do more precise edits. Unfortunately, there's no traditional timeline to work with here. Quick suffers from the same thing that previous editors have dealt with, which is a clip-based editing environment without a timeline with multiple tracks. Once you select a clip, you can trim it, rotate it, change the playback speed, but there's no way to do any sort of color correction, filters, or switch out the audio tracks. When it comes to exporting your videos, you can change the aspect ratio but not the resolution, bitrate, or anything else. Even though the footage I used was 4K, the app exported a 720p resolution file with no options to change it. Maybe that's in the paid version, but I can already tell this app is not going to be able to make any sort of decent edits. Next we have PowerDirector. This one had some of the best reviews on the Play Store, so let's check it out. We will start with a new project here. Select the standard 16:9 aspect ratio, and then we are immediately greeted with a full timeline. No presets or anything, just straight into the editing. And this timeline is pretty great. I'll import my 4K footage, and you'll see the app will convert it to improve performance. Now I have my clip in the timeline, and I even have a preview window right above it. The timeline has 2 audio tracks. You can put voiceovers, music, sound effects, or whatever you want down there. Next you have your video track, with the option to put text or effects over it. I'll choose some random text to add. It's amazing how quickly it processes all of my edits. It really feels like a desktop editor. Now if you go into settings, you can change the duration of your transitions, toggle a bunch of editing environment features, and do a bunch of other stuff. Now when it comes time to export your video, you can export it in 720 with the option to unlock 1080 and 4K resolutions. But what's cool is if you go into the settings here, you can change the bitrate and FPS settings, which is a very important feature. I'm very impressed with PowerDirector. I remember trying it a few years back and not being very impressed with it, so it's great to see this video editing option on Android. The last one I want to try out is Adobe Rush. This was a huge release for Adobe as their previous mobile editor called Adobe Clip was a failure. This one is supposed to be the best one out there now. I'll import my clips and here we are. The interface is by far the best. I can zoom in and out of my timeline. I've got several audio and video tracks, tons of options for titles, graphics, transitions, and everything else. And it all works in the same way as Adobe Premiere, so it's all very familiar. It took me no time at all to get to know how this app works. The only problem is all my videos are black. I don't know why, but none of my footage is actually showing up. I even tried it with different footage on a different phone and ran into the same issue. As the app prepares my video files, it just turns them all black. It sucks because I can tell that this is obviously the best video editing environment, but there's some kind of glitch that's ruining all my footage. So unfortunately, I can't do much with this right now. Hopefully this gets fixed with a future update from Adobe. Alright guys, so we are making some progress in video editing on Android. I really liked PowerDirector and Adobe Rush. I hope they get that problem fixed with turning my footage black because I'd love to use that app a little bit more in the future and maybe make some more videos about it. But anyways, that's it for this video, so leave it a thumbs up if you like this video. And let me know in the comments if you use an Android video editor and what your experience is with it. I'll see you in the next one.